Hey guys, how's it going? So between May the 17th and May the 20th, Rainbow Six Siege is completely free to play. So on Xbox, PlayStation and PC, you can enjoy all of the maps and all of the base characters for free. So Rainbow Six Siege is quite a different game from your standard Counter-Strike or Call of Duty, Battlefield, and it may take some time to get used to it. So I just thought I'd bring together 3 quick tips for you to try out when you're first playing this game. Now my first tip is to play the situations and play the tutorials before you do anything else, because Rainbow Six is quite different. You need to get used to the basics, such as like barricading doors or barricading windows, basic scouting, reinforcing things, and also get used to the controls as well, because the controls are a little bit different to other games as well. Now once you have these down, you'll get a lot better at the game, and also play with the sensitivity settings as well, because it's it's always weird when you get a new game and everything feels too fast or too slow. My next tip is to take a look at the loadouts and the characters outside of the matches. So in the menus there's the ability to sort of choose and customize the loadout of each operator. So you want to do that outside of the match, because usually just before you're playing, you don't have enough time to look at what scope your character's using, or what attachments, and if they're using a vertical grip or whatever, and it's actually quite confusing which one's which. So a good idea is to check out the loadouts outside of the game, and also experiment with them as well. You'll find that defenders are actually quite useful with things like barbed wire and the portable shields, and for the attackers, the obvious choices might not be so good as well. Like sometimes impact grenades are useful, and then nitro cells can be useful as well. Basically, check out all of the options available to you before you get rushed into that sort of pre-match, pre-game countdown. My next tip will be regarding which operators to choose. So on the attacking side, Sledge, Thatcher and Ash are good basic characters to start off with. On the defensive side, you've got Rook and Doc. Now with Sledge, what makes him good is his sledgehammer. Basically, he has a massive hammer, and you can use that to destroy any barricades or barbed wire, any defensive things that the other team has put up, and it'll take them out in one hit basically. And that's quite good, because it's quite simple to use, and you can benefit your team quite easily just by bringing down some walls and things. The next guy is Thatcher. Now Thatcher's got the EMP grenades, and the defensive team will often put up things like jammers or electrical batteries, or things like things that are basically electrical based. And if you see something like a bomb or something planted in the wall, and you're not quite sure what it's going to do, it's good to ask Thatcher to just throw an EMP grenade in there, and it'll disable anything before it hurts anyone in your team. The next person is Ash. Now Ash has basically a breaching charge which can be fired from distance. Now it's pretty good to just take out the barricades or take out any walls from a longer distance, but there's something to watch out for with that one, because you can you take out your own friendly teammates with the blast. So Ash is a little bit slightly more advanced. On the defensive side, we have Rook. Now Rook's one of my favourite defenders actually, because he has has basically a bag of armour which you drop on the floor, and other players can pick up and get basically extra damage resistance. And this is pretty good, because it's really simple to use Rook, because he can immediately benefit the defensive team. You just drop your bag and immediately you've made a difference. Another guy who's good on the defensive side is Doc, and he has basically stim charges which can heal other defenders. And if you keep one stim charge behind, when you ever get downed, you can use that charge on yourself to bring yourself back. There's actually another defender who's pretty good for beginners, is Mute. So Mute has this jamming pack, and you can place that on the floor, and the device can basically stop any of the scouting drones or any other electrical devices which try and figure out the position of the hostage or figure out the position of the bomb. So he's good for keeping the defensive team's intelligence or keeping the attacking team's intelligence low rather. So that's my 3 quick tips for Rainbow Six Siege. I've been playing this game for a couple of months, and I'm only like level 30 something, but I think it's a really fantastic game. It's different from your Counter-Strike, different from your Call of Duty or whatever, and it's definitely worth a play. And if you find out that you really like this type of game, Ubisoft actually have a sale on Steam and Uplay, so you can pick up the game for a discounted price. Now, my extra tip for that is to not buy the starter edition. Now, the starter edition has some kind of free-to-play grind, basically, for getting the characters. So that's the only edition that you want to avoid. You want to buy the standard edition of the game if you want to get access to the game, because it comes with the standard 20 operators that you tried out during the trial, whereas the free or the starter edition is a bit reduced, and also it requires more points to unlock operators, so it'll take you much longer to get those characters back. So like the Reddit meme goes, avoid the starter edition, do not buy the starter edition, and hope to see you guys online. Take it easy, guys.